But anyways, so yeah, that's what I've been working on. It's the short film. I was supposed to. Actually, I still need to do this. I need to send in my volunteer form. They sent it to me like Sunday, but I didn't have time, and then I forgot about it yesterday. Huh? For the observatory, I have to fill out some stuff. I was gonna do it today. Like I went out, I voted. I came back and I was like, okay, I gotta take out I was supposed to take out the trash before I left to go vote, but then I forgot. And in that madness, I managed to forget to do, because then I made lunch, and so in that madness, I managed to forget to work on the things. So,
how was your day off?
Huh?
How was your day off?
Well, other than the terrible night's sleep, I mean, I wrote all morning. I went and voted.
How late did you stay up?
Huh?
How late did you stay up?
Well, no, I said I went to bed at like 10. Set an alarm for 2:30. The alarm went off at 2:30. I opened my deck door, stepped outside, looked around, went, well, this is crap, and then went back to bed.
Oh, I thought you said you took a picture.
No. I said I was groggy, and I thought about texting you, but then I just went to bed.
Yeah.
I was also trying to check on the damn lottery. Actually, I stayed up later than I wanted to because I was waiting for the damn lottery.
Yeah, apparently there was some issue in California with security and all that. And
No.
They had to postpone the drawing.
No, the winner was in California. The issue was not in California, though.
No, I know. The issue was not in California.
But the winner, yes.
I think I specified the other.
Yes, but the schmuck won 1.9 billion. I mean, it
was one dude.
One person.
I think it was 2.3 before tax, yeah.
1.9 billion.
Oh, I thought it was 2.3 because of all the Monday money.
Well, no, I don't know. I saw 1.9. That was before tax.
That's after tax.
It's before tax.
That was Sunday or Saturday.
It never got up to 2. It was going to get up to 2 if nobody won.
The article then how come the article I read said 2.3?
I think they were assuming nobody won yet. I never saw 2.3 anywhere. I've only seen 1.9.
2.04.
That's what I actually, you know what? I do remember seeing that. But that would be before tax. Because tax is like 60%. So you're going to get, that's ridiculous. You're going to end up with less than $2 billion. $1 billion that goes to California. California, let's play a GDP game, shall we? $1 billion to the California taxes that they take in is nothing. Nothing. Literally nothing. Nebraska, we got a higher than average GDP per capita. Actually, we have what would be considered if you take the U.S.'s GDP per capita, Nebraska has slightly higher.
Wait, you collect 60% or tax is 60%?
I'm pretty sure the tax is 60%.
Oh.
You get 40%.
See, I actually read something that the amount that the 2016 winners took home, adjusted for inflation, is more than today's money. Because of inflation, the Powerball, the jackpot winners, it was like 1.5 billion or something. But that money is worth, back then, more than it is adjusted for inflation today.
Wouldn't surprise me. I was actually wondering,
Crazy.
Is this the highest? Did anybody calculate for inflation? But it's crazy that in the same year we had 2 record-breaking Powerballs. What? That's insane.
Yeah.
Well, this one is the highest ever, not accounted for inflation, but
a
highest ever, which is kind of insane, but makes sense. I mean, But the fact that that it was one person won it, a lot of people are saying this is kind of this one was definitely sketchy, especially since California won it again. It's always California, Texas, Florida, or New York. Like, why not a smaller state? And I'm like, well, that's a statistics game, and B, it is kind of sketchy. Like, what? States that...
Oh, that's what I'm going to say. So, what's kind of crazy, I haven't realized this, but there are only 300 million possibilities for the Powerball. So if you bought one Powerball ticket, 300 million Powerball tickets, you would still walk away with like a net of like $500 million.
So I was thinking about this, right? And I realized the trickiest part about the Powerball is getting the Powerball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there's only 300 million possibilities.
Because you can't win money without getting the Powerball. So
I thought... There's smaller prizes, though.
What?
There's smaller prizes.
Right. But what increases the statistics, because doesn't matter the order. It doesn't matter the order, right?
You have to have everything in the right order, right?
If it's everything in the right order, it's got to be way more than 300 million odd.
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
It's got to be way more.
That's just the article I read.
So if the order doesn't matter, then my theory was you buy 69 lotto tickets, because that's what it is. It's 1 to 69 are all the numbers that you can get, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get 69 lotto tickets, making sure that each one of the Powerballs is 1 through 69. And then the other numbers are random.
Mm-hmm.
Your odds of winning something probably go up pretty drastically if order is not a big deal.
Like, do you win if you get the number right, but none of the other numbers?
You actually do win something if you get the Powerball right. It's like enough to... It pays for the ticket. That's it.
Oh, it's like a couple bucks?
It's like $4. It's enough to pay for the ticket.
Oh.
So, but the thing is, right, the odds of winning something. But the thing is, though, you're going to get the Powerball no matter what. Because if you do 1 through 69, and each one's a different lot number, you're going to get the Powerball. That's guaranteed. Now, if order isn't a big deal, you could probably... There's probably a good statistical spot of how many tickets you need to get, and then how to structure said tickets to maximize the probability. I'm sure somebody can calculate it. And honestly, I can't imagine it's that many tickets, and you could probably do it every single time, and you could probably win the Powerball almost every single time.
You should try it.
It probably requires like $1 million.
Oh.
It probably requires 500,000 lotto tickets. I don't have $1 million. Had I won the lotto, I would love to do some sort of little statistic game like that, but I did not. Mm-hmm. And I thought about it. I was like, what would I do, right? If I just, I woke up one day and I never have to work another day in my life.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be awful.
What?
It'd ruin you.
See, somebody at work said that, but let me tell you what my first thing would be. So let's say I had won Monday night, right? Monday, like, I passed out I fell asleep, but, like, I didn't mean to fall asleep. It was weird. I woke up, like, an hour later. I checked the lotto. Alright, I didn't win. I went back to bed. Let's say I had won in that moment. And obviously my dad's probably not awake. And so I can't call him. But Tuesday morning, now knowing that I never have to work a day in my life. There's a possibility. If let's say the eclipse never happened. Okay? Because when the eclipse... I wanted to actually calculate find a place that had clear skies that was gonna be able to see the eclipse that I could drive to before the eclipse was over.
Mm-hmm.
I was after finding out if I won the lotto. But
Mm-hmm.
once the lotto got delayed, I was like going through it in my head, and I'm like, I have like 4 hours to go anywhere, and Mulin's cloudy, so unless I go south, but south, reduces the time of the eclipse. I'm like, it's not even worth it. So, eclipse aside,
Well, I think you'd want to go east, right? Or does the moon? What does the moon rise?
you want to go west because the west was getting the better shot, was getting the longer eclipse. If you look at the map, you went northwest, you'd get the longest eclipse. But anyways, let's assume the eclipse just didn't happen, but I still had Tuesday off or whatever. Or let's say I had to work today. But Monday night, I found out I won the lottery. Tuesday morning, I wake up. I'm going to walk on my deck and just take the biggest whiff of fresh air. Just like freedom. Freedom. The smell, the taste of freedom. Then I call my dad. And then I call a lawyer, and then my tax guy, and then my investment guy, and then we call the lotto after my lawyers, made all the decisions. And then we start spending money. And I had somebody at work tell me, like, I told them, I'm like, if I win, I kind of debated, maybe I'll just give them $20 million each. It's $100 million of my billion, and I'm like, oof, that's a lot to give to a bunch of people. Plus, I'm already giving stuff to my dad, my brother, you, Kyle. I'm going to spend $200 million just giving back to people. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Jesus. And I was like, I better not see a single one of you schmucks work another day in your life. And she's like, well, because I'm like, I'm going to shut down the entire branch. I give everybody enough to retire. Who's going to work the branch? She's like, well, I'll be here. And I'm like, why? She's like, well, accountability. I need to, do something.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, see, that's where I think
you're too young. You're too young to retire with no fallback options. See, people that are this young and retire, they have like businesses and real estate things that they manage. They can retire, but they still have things that they're managing throughout their day.
I still have to manage $800 million.
You're just given FU money, and now you're just like, shit, what do I do?
I still gotta manage $800 million.
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Look,
managing your expenses is different than managing a business's expenses.
And this is where I separate from the normal person. A normal person, would have real big issues with that. They'd be given that money, and they straight up just wouldn't know what to do. I, on the other hand, know what to do. I got first of things first, I have to go and make sure that all my properties that I'm building stuff on, that stuff gets built. I'll be busy for 2 years just doing that. 2 or 3 years probably doing that. Just managing construction, Okay, there's 3 years of the next, 90 or whatever. And so, okay, there's 3 years busy doing that.
But here's the deal, though. Like, you say manage construction. Like, what does it take? An hour to talk to somebody? What do you do the other 23 hours of the day?
Sleep for part of those.
What?
Sleep for part of
those.
But
you get my point, though. You get my point. You're not managing 24/7 every single day of the year.
Yeah, but like, but like I said, the first thing I'm doing is I'm hopping in an RV and I'm gone. I'm going to be traveling. Driving a lot.
Okay. So you're going to buy an RV and just travel?
For the most part of my 20s, yeah. For a good part of my 20s, yeah, I will just be traveling.
Yeah.
And I'll be vlogging. I gotta be careful though, because like once you're that wealthy, and you have to tell everybody that you're wealthy because that's the way the lotto works. I learned why they do that, and it makes sense, but also irritates me down to my very core.
Go on.
You know why they do that?
No, I don't.
So they do
Because not all states require it.
Huh? No, it's not a state thing. It's the lotto itself. The lotto itself requires it. It's every state.
Oh, I hope there were some states that you could remain anonymous.
Apparently, that's not the way the lotto wants it done. Maybe there are some states that wrote laws where it's like, hey, we don't want them to do that. But the lotto wants it done a specific way. Is to show that, hey, this is a real lottery and people can win. And so that's a big regulation thing to show that this is a legitimate lottery. And then and then 2 is publicity. Anybody can win. It gets people to buy more tickets. I'm like, that's sick. That is so sick. But makes sense. So, anyways, but I would do a lot of traveling. I traveled the U.S. in my 20s, and maybe eventually I'd start to travel the world. And I gotta invest the money at some point. The angler program at UNL, I could certainly go and like give a bunch of money to that, and like they'd probably let me teach, to be honest. Especially if you give enough money, you can do whatever you want.
What? Oh my gosh!
I
don't think I trust you as a lecturer.
Huh?
And I said I don't think I trust you as a lecturer.
I got a guy.